Welcome back to the Post. More better green space coming to North Texas. We're getting details about this one-of-a-kind area in South Dallas and
Yeah.
how there's some new designs that are going to be talked about. Molly Morgan, the Texas State Director for Trust for Public Texas Land, joins us. Okay, South Dallas. This is an area where there's already some hiking and a lot of bird watchers like it because there's a lot of trees, a lot of vegetation. But this was private land, and then handed over to the state, and now you're trying to figure out what to do with it, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So we helped the city acquire it in 2023, and now we're working on the design. It was privately owned up until then, and people use it for experiencing nature and mountain biking. But now we're working to get feedback and put a master plan in place so it can be even more special and reflective of the community's needs than it is right. So we have a survey open right now, and that survey is going to allow people to give their feedback. We're also having meetings out near the site with the residents who live nearby and volunteers who have been really engaged in the project. But for us, it's really important because it's not a typical park in Dallas. It's this opportunity to shape big nature and have a more kind of outdoor recreation and wilderness experience. And so we want to get people engaged in that design process and learn really how we can make it the most special for the most amount of people.
Big Cedar Wilderness Park is what it's being called right now. I have heard from people who have gone and hiked in this area, and they're like, you feel like you're in the hill country. You
I
don't
love
feel
that.
like
Yeah.
you're in Dallas. It really has some different like heights. Like you go, what is it, like 200 feet where like of an elevation change? So it's not flat Texas land.
It is not. People always ask me, I think, where do you go hiking in Dallas? Where's a great place to get, some extra exercise and some topo, some height change? And this is the perfect part of Dallas. A lot of people are very familiar with Cedar Ridge Preserve and what a great resource that is for the city, but not everybody knows that there's kind of this nature experience in Dallas, which is why this site is so awesome. And we're so excited to get people engaged in the process.
I love to. So I'm just kind of reading some notes too. So Big Cedar is also home to over 50,000 trees that 73 threatened or endangered species depend on for survival. One of your big initiatives too is making sure that the park is kind of preserving that natural green space and making sure that those kind of initial functions are still intact.
Yeah, absolutely. It all those trees provide a cooling benefit to the neighborhoods around it, but also we know that getting outside for 20 minutes a day and just experiencing nature, especially in a place like this, can reduce your cortisol levels.
Mm,
And I mean, just how often do you get to be in the city limits and experiencing this much trees and green space?
yeah.
It's also adding to the environment there, and there's a lot of really special just places to experience when you're on site.
Okay, we saw like the map there where you can kind of see where some of the trails are. One of the things you would do would be like expand the trails, so make them a little bigger, make them a little more permanent, and a little nicer. But there's a lot of like possible additions that are being tossed out. Like, could there be a playground? Could there be like a flex lawn, gathering space kind of area? Like, it's so there's I mean, they say that
Yeah.
the opportunities or possibilities are endless, or the sky's the limit. I don't know. I get kind of the same thing for this park. But you also talk about mountain bikers, which I think is interesting because I just want to point out something that you mentioned, because not only do you want this to be something for people who live here, but also people who might come here, because according to a report by the Economic Benefits of Mountain Biking, the average mountain biking tourist spends on average $416 per visit. That contributes to local businesses, restaurants, retail establishments, generating jobs, labor income. So not only is this, oh, let's preserve, let's make sure it's perfect, but it's also about, I don't know, maybe boosting tourism, some revenue as well in the area.
The recreation economy and tourism is something we think about a lot, right? And so if people are coming to a place, we should also be thinking about how it supports the community that's already there. I mean, when I go hiking with my daughter, I love to stop and get a cup of coffee or get her a chocolate milk. That means that like more of us are spending money in an area which has a a double benefit for communities. You have this awesome space that is, able for people to use, especially in their neighborhoods, but then also people are spending money in your district, which means there can be more small businesses, there can be more people spaces to thrive. And that's what we like to see, especially just knowing that people will come to places like this. How many mountain biking opportunities are there in the Metroplex? Well, volunteer
Well,
groups like Dorba will tell you there's a lot, but they're really loved and they're well
really?
needed. And so
Okay.
we're really excited for that here.
Molly, I'm interested as you're talking about your daughter. Like, okay, you're an outdoor girl, clearly. You're trying to pass it on to your daughter, clearly. And now you work for the Trust for Public Land, which is a nonprofit that really tries to like create and help parks like this. Is this your dream job? I mean, you sound like this. I get to decide what what this park's going to look like.
Yeah, it is my dream job, and I love spending time outside with my daughter. It's something that we started when she was a baby, and I was a new mom who was like a little bit stressed,
Yes.
right, about having a new baby at home, and it was post COVID, being worried about sickness and all that stuff. So, but I think it is my dream job. I love doing it, and honestly, I don't decide what goes in the spaces. The community does, and that's what's most important to me is that we should design and build places that reflect people's wants and needs so more people get the benefit of being outside. So I feel blessed and excited and always gracious to be getting
Yeah.
to do this work.
Well, thank you for the work you're doing
Yeah.
because you're going to lead the way and help
Yeah.
figure all this out for us and get to see it. I mean, just to get to see this whole process take place is pretty cool. So keep us updated, okay?
We will. And if anybody gets out there on a hike, we love to see the posts on social media and more people using the spaces. So get outside, Dallas, and tell us how your hikes go.
Is there a date for when you expect this to be like complete? Like, is there any, I don't know, estimation?
It's a really big project, so we expect the master plan to be complete at the end of the summer, and then we'll have more news about it. But there's incremental work that can be done now, and there's places to hike and visit and give input on right now. So
Okay.
it's kind of a moving and flexible process on this one.
Big Cedar Wilderness Park. I want to go now.
I do too.
Especially after seeing those pictures and reading some of the reviews. I'm like, okay, I'm there. Looks good. Thanks, Molly.
Hike.
We appreciate it. See ya.